Most people assume the birds they see every day are simple. Eat, fly, repeat. What makes the northern cardinal one of the most studied backyard birds? Isn't its red feathers? It is the layered complexity underneath them. At Avian Intelligence, we look at how birds actually solve survival. And cardinals, it turns out, are solving it in ways that upend assumptions. Warning sign number 1. When the cardinal goes silent. Here is something experienced birdwatchers know that casual observers often miss. If your backyard goes quiet, especially if cardinals have been active, something has changed. Cardinals are sensitive to aerial predators. Cooper's hawks, sharp, sheened hawks. Their alarm response isn't loud. It is silence. The flock doesn't scatter. It freezes and disappears. Observers have described using cardinal behavior as a hawk detection system, more reliable, in their experience, than watching the sky. One commenter noted that cardinals are consistently the first to vanish and the last to return after a raptor passes through. That quiet isn't absence. It is information, the hierarchy of red. The cardinal's plumage is not decorative. It is functional data. Carotenoid pigments absorbed through diet, processed through a pathway that requires a healthy liver, produce the red color. Birds with poor health display duller coloration. Female cardinals, who are selecting for fitness, have been studied. They consistently prefer and mate with brighter males over duller ones, independent of song quality or territorial size. This creates an interesting survival pressure. A male that maintains bright plumage through winter is signaling strength. The color is a live health certificate. If you've noticed, some males look luminous, while others look washed out. You're seeing this gradient in real time. And if you want to help, offer foods with natural carotenoid content, berries, certain insects, varied seed mixes, rather than plain millet. 3 species, 1 name. The word cardinal covers 3 distinct birds. The northern cardinal, the familiar red bird of eastern North America, and the vermilion cardinal of South America, and the Pyrrholoxia, a desert specialist of the American Southwest. All 3 share a crest and some degree of red coloration, but their behavioral and ecological profiles are significantly different. The Pyrrholoxia, for example, has a curved bill adapted for extracting seeds from cacti, a specialization the northern cardinal lacks. Confusingly, several other birds carry cardinal in their common name. The red-crested cardinal, for instance, without being true cardinals at all. Taxonomy is a moving target, and the cardinal family is a good example. The common names we use don't always reflect evolutionary reality. The commitment signal, ask any bird feeder what fact they wish videos would cover. You'll consistently hear the same answer. Mate feeding. Male cardinals don't just defend a territory and sing. They actively provision their mates, cracking open seeds and delivering them bill to bill in a behavior that looks like kissing. This ritual intensifies during courtship, but continues throughout the breeding season. In established long-term pairs, it can be observed year-round. Northern cardinals form bonds that typically last for multiple breeding seasons. In many documented cases, for the duration of one partner's life. When a partner is lost, the surviving bird may spend days returning to shared locations, behavior that even cautious scientists describe as searching. One observer documented a male returning each morning to the branch where his mate had been lost to a window strike, singing for over a week. The pair bond isn't sentimentality. It is survival infrastructure, coordinated nest defense, shared foraging knowledge, synchronized breeding timing. That demonstrably improves reproductive success compared to unpaired birds. The female voice problem. Scientific literature spent decades focused on male vocalizations, partly because males are louder, partly because ornithologists didn't consider female song worth studying. The Northern Cardinal is one of the species that forced a correction to that bias. Female cardinals sing, not rarely or quietly, but regularly, with measurable complexity. Female song has been documented functioning as a nest status signal, communicating to the male how often to bring food. A contact call in vegetation, a territory announcement, independent of the male's song. A comprehensive review of songbird literature found that treating female silence was a systematic error. Cardinals were among the key evidence for data collection. Across dozens of species, 7 states can't be wrong. No bird appears on more official state symbols. 7 states in total. A record in the U.S. The reasons are consistent: year-round residency and comfort near human habitation, winter visibility and equality. Harder to quantify, but easy to recognize. People simply feel something when they see a cardinal. Cardinal video, confirm it. With hundreds of personal stories. Birds that arrive during grief. Birds that seem to wait at a window. Birds that stayed for years and became, in some meaningful way, part of a family's daily life. Whether that means anything beyond behavioral familiarity is a question science doesn't answer, but the consistency of the experience across thousands of independent observers is itself a kind of data. Learning to read a cardinal is learning to read a landscape. The bird is always telling you something. The question is whether you've learned to listen.